Intercontinental Championship match. Johnny Nitro with Melina versus Jeff Hardy. JR reminds us that Melina has thwarted Jeff Hardy's previous attempts to win the title. Hardy starts off aggressively. He follows up with a double leg drop to the stomach and a head scissor takeover. Nitro dodges the twist of fate and bails out of the ring, but Hardy fakes a pescado and hits a crossbody off the apron instead. We return with Nitro controlling the match, working a chinlock. During the break, Hardy attempted his corner dropkick, but Nitro countered with a boot to the gut. Hardy punches his way out of the chinlock and goes for Whisper in the Wind, but Nitro ducks at the last second, scoring a near fall. Nitro focuses on Hardy's lower back with a series of knees, then baseball slides him into the ring post. Nitro continues his assault with a backbreaker for a near fall, followed by more knees and another backbreaker into a knee in the back stretch. Hardy breaks free with a flip mule kick and hits a step-through heel kick for a near fall. Nitro tries to escape, but Hardy drags him back in and hits the double leg drop pin for another near fall. Whisper in the Wind connects for a 2 count. Melina helps Nitro out of the ring, but Hardy dropkicks him. Hardy then nails a Rail Runner, knocking both Nitro and Melina down. Melina stays down, clutching her ankle. Nitro climbs to the top rope, but Hardy cuts him off, and they brawl up there. Hardy backdrops Nitro off the top rope, setting him up perfectly for the Swanton Bomb, and pins Johnny Nitro to win the Intercontinental Championship. Maria is backstage with Jeff Hardy. Jeff expresses his excitement about returning to Raw.
No, I'm a target. I'm a living target.
He name drops the wrestlers he wants to face. Upcoming ECW
Stream Strip Poker.
Before she can delve into the details, Melina storms in.
Nitro, get this championship back. That's what you're gonna see. Knock this down.
Screaming loudly, cutting the interview short. Women's title tournament round 1. Mickie James versus Victoria. Victoria, looking less than thrilled with the situation, is forced to compete in her underwear due to DX running the show. The match begins with Victoria driving Mickie into her knee, and they scuffle into the corner, where Victoria lands a few forearm shots to Mickie's kidneys. Mickie counters with a double leg takedown and mounts Victoria, delivering a series of punches. However, Mickie is visibly struggling with knee trouble. Victoria manages to block Mickie's attempted Hurricane Rana twice, and on the second attempt, she transitions into a Boston Crab. Mickie twists out into a head scissors, but Victoria quickly throws her outside the ring. Mickie climbs to the top rope and barely executes a sunset flip. Victoria tries to sit down on the move, but referee Jack Doan catches her, allowing Mickie to secure the pinfall to advancing to the next round. After the match, Victoria completely loses her composure, going on a rampage and throwing chairs around in frustration. Steel cage match. John Cena versus Edge with Lita for the WWE Championship. JR talks about the history of cage matches and mentions that the WWE title has never changed hands inside a cage. Cena comes in with a heavily taped arm, injured from Finlay's assault last week. Edge immediately targets Cena's injured arm, but Cena fends him off and uses the buckles to bounce Edge's head around. Cena hits a release fisherman suplex for a near fall. The crowd is unusually pro-Cena. Edge goes after Cena's arm again, tying it up in the ropes. Edge calls for the door, but Cena pulls him back in and hits a back suplex for another near fall. Edge tries to climb out over the top, but Cena catches him and throws him off for 2. Cena goes for the Fu, but Edge escapes into an execution for 2. Edge applies a Fujiwara armbar, but Cena powers out into a backdrop. Cena hits the throwback for 2. Cena struggles to climb due to his injured arm, and Edge drags him off into the ropes, spearing him into the cage. Edge starts to climb, but Cena punches him in the back, and they brawl on top. Cena drags Edge off into a face crusher, leading to a commercial break. We return with Edge continuing the abuse, locking in a chinlock combined with an armbar. Cena escapes into a belly-to-belly suplex. Edge retaliates with a spinning heel kick. Edge tries to crawl out the door, but Cena drags him back in. Edge kicks Cena in the arm to stop him. Cena takes a header into the cage, and Edge climbs again. Cena dives to grab Edge's foot, and they jab at each other atop the cage. Cena gets knocked back onto the ropes, but grabs Edge to stop him from escaping. Cena manages to get Edge back onto the ropes, but Edge back suplexes Cena back into the ring. Edge climbs once more, but Cena clips him, crotching him on the ropes. Cena shakes Edge off and runs him into the crowd. Cena hits a clothesline and the protobomb, followed by the 5-knuckle shuffle. Edge grabs the cage to evade the Fu and climbs again. Cena goes up after him and attempts the Fu off the buckles, but the cage saves Edge. Goes for the Fu again, but Edge counters into the Edge-O-Matic for 2. Edge crawls to the now open door, but Cena manages to get to his feet. Lita passes Edge a chair, but the ref on the floor ejects Lita, ending her interference. Edge looks distraught. The ref in the ring gets bumped by Edge coming off the buckles. Edge sees the chair in the ring, but Cena ducks, chair shots Edge viciously, and locks in the STFU. Edge is unconscious. Cade and Murdoch run in and assault Cena, hitting the high and low. The tag team drags Edge to the door. Just as they have him at the door, DX runs out to stop them. Murdoch gets super kicked just as Edge gets back up and leans out the door. Cena gets back up, hits the foo, and pins Edge for the victory. Backstage, Kelly and Trinity are excitedly discussing some news.
And SmackDown to come here to ECW to play a little game of extreme strip poker.
Trinity, with a sly smile, says it doesn't matter.
Nothing beats a full house.
Kelly cheekily asks. The two divas share a playful laugh. Tommy Dreamer versus Kevin Thorn with Ariel. The match starts with a lockup, and Dreamer gains the early advantage with a hip toss. He follows up with a running knee, but Thorn trips him up from the second rope, causing Dreamer to crash hard. Thorn takes control with shoulder charges in the corner, followed by a series of boots and a gutbuster. Dreamer tries to mount a comeback with a neck breaker and a series of punches. He clotheslines Thorn and attempts a DDT, but Thorn counters. Dreamer manages to connect with the DDT on his second attempt, earning a near fall as Thorn grabs the ropes. Thorn, desperate, grabs his cane and nails Dreamer with it, and covers him for the win. Maria is backstage, excitedly announcing,
This is Michelle for Extreme Strip Poker. Now, I've never played
Maria shares a tip she received from other superstars.
anything that matches paired till all of my cards.
Ensure she has to strip.
Everybody wins, and I like it.
After CM Punk's victory, Kelly appears
Hey!
on her expose stage, eager to congratulate him.
This one is for you.
Oh, yeah!
As she starts to strip, Mike Knox storms onto the stage. He furiously tells Punk,
I am getting really sick of this. Stay away.
Punk, unimpressed, fires back.
Is your girl staying away from me?
Knox angrily approaches the ring but hesitates. Ultimately, Knox decides to back off, for now. Backstage, we open SmackDown with King Booker and Queen Sharmell. King Booker, holding his World Heavyweight Championship high, reminds the audience that Bobby Lashley will face him at No Mercy for the title. He then announces that tonight, Lashley will face his close ally, Batista. The camera cuts to Bobby Lashley backstage.
And for your poison, choose a member of your own court.
He confidently announces that tonight, King Booker will face none other than Finlay. Rey Mysterio and Matt Hardy versus Chavo Guerrero and Gregory Helms with Vickie Guerrero. The match kicks off with Rey Mysterio squaring off against Gregory Helms. Helms starts strong, but Rey counters an Irish whip into a Hurricane Rana. Matt Hardy tags in, delivering a back elbow to Helms followed by an elbow drop. Rey returns to the ring with a springboard double axe handle, but is soon planted by a Raideen bomb from Helms. Chavo Guerrero tags in, delivering uppercuts to Rey before quickly tagging Helms back in. Helms resumes his assault on Rey, but gives him a chance to tag in Hardy, who comes in hot, cleaning house, followed by a clothesline/bulldog combo on Helms for a near fall. Rey re-enters, but Chavo dumps him to the outside where Chavo catches him with a right hand. Meanwhile, Helms pummels Hardy and applies a variation of the triangle choke. Chavo tags back in, landing some punches and kicks before tagging Helms once more. Helms chokes Hardy over the ropes, allowing Chavo to get in some cheap shots. Hardy counters Helms' offense with a clothesline. Hardy follows with a side effect on Chavo. Rey tags in and hits a seated senton on Helms, delivering kicks to both Helms and Chavo. Rey's springboard body press. The match breaks down with all four men in the ring. Rey rolls through a sunset flip attempt by Chavo and counters Rey, and Hardy set up for the old Hardy Boys poetry in motion double team, but Chavo catches Rey. Hardy drop toe holds Helms across the ropes, and Rey delivers a double 619 to both Chavo and Helms. Vickie pulls Chavo out of the ring, but Hardy capitalizes, followed by a leg drop from Rey securing the victory. Backstage, we see Maryse. She warmly welcomes everyone to SmackDown. Backstage, the royal court is gathered. King Booker turns to Finlay, urging him to do the right thing and
Good night.
Finlay, looking skeptical, asks William Regal. Regal glances at his watch and excuses himself, avoiding the question.
King Booker.
Sharmell.
Queen Sharmell.
Booker,
Finlay then firmly tells King Booker
I am done.
that, as much as he respects him,
It's Finlay. I love it.
King Booker with Queen Sharmell versus Finlay. The match begins with a lockup, and King Booker commands Finlay to lay down for his king. Queen Sharmell attempts to grab the shillelagh. King Booker seizes the opportunity. He then tosses Finlay into the steps. Back inside the ring, King Booker chokes Finlay but telegraphs a backdrop, allowing Finlay to regain control. Finlay applies a headlock and delivers some sharp uppercuts, followed by a pair of stomps to the gut. He rams Booker's shoulder into the steel post and continues his assault from the apron. Finlay locks in a submission hold, but King Booker counters. Booker follows up with a spinebuster for a near fall. He attempts a suplex, but Finlay counters with a thumb to the eye. Finlay misses a clothesline, leading to a bookend attempt. It's countered. Queen Sharmell trips Finlay, prompting Hornswoggle to come out, chasing her with a toy mouse. This distraction allows Finlay to strike King Booker with the shillelagh, securing the win. Back from the break, we see King Booker, Queen Sharmell, Bobby Lashley, and Finlay arguing in Teddy Long's office. They're heated over Long's recent decision to make a fatal four-way match at No Mercy for the World Heavyweight Championship.
I think you're right.
In an effort to settle things down, Long decides to make a tag team match for tonight.
Happy you, Finlay, taking on Lashley, and you stop right here tonight.
Backstage, McCool introduces Casey James and Idol Stevens. They confidently declare that they will win the titles this Sunday at No Mercy.
But we're gonna take your titles.
McCool then adds that she is about to give Ashley a
physical.
Ashley with Brian Kendrick and Paul London versus McCool with Casey James and Idol Stevens. McCool starts aggressively with uppercuts and kicks, cornering Ashley. She chokes Ashley and follows with a hair toss, attempting a series of covers that all get 2 counts. Ashley counters with some kidney shots and transitions into an abdominal neck wrench, rolling into a pin for 2. Ashley applies a Boston Crab, but Casey James intervenes, helping Michelle reach the ropes. The two teams argue outside the ring. Ashley executes a monkey flip, followed by rights and elbows. She attempts a body press from the second rope, but Michelle rolls through and pins her, grabbing a handful of skirt for leverage. Batista and Lashley versus King Booker with Queen Sharmell and Finlay. The match starts with Finlay attacking Batista as he and Lashley debate who will start. Batista quickly responds with shoulder thrusts in the corner and a suplex, sending Finlay rolling to the outside. Batista follows, tossing Finlay back in and covering for a 2 count. Lashley tags in and delivers a powerful 3-point shoulder tackle. King Booker, reluctant to join, eventually tags in and locks up with Lashley. Booker takes control with corner punches, but narrowly escapes a running power slam, only to be hit with a spinebuster. Finlay intervenes, and the action spills outside. King Booker lands a standing side kick for another near fall. Finlay enters, hitting a thunderous clothesline and applying a sleeper hold. Lashley fights out, but Finlay cuts off the tag with a clothesline and a knee. Booker returns with a snapmare and basement dropkick for another 2 count, keeping Lashley from tagging out with a front facelock. Booker attempts a suplex but fails. Lashley crawls for a tag, but Finlay distracts the referee, enabling a double team on Lashley, tosses him outside, where Booker continues the assault while Finlay distracts the ref. Back inside, Finlay applies uppercuts and a drop toe hold into a half crossface, but Lashley slips out and tags Batista. The referee, however, is distracted by Booker, missing the tag and forcing Batista out of the ring. Booker tags back in, delivering explosive chops to Lashley but misses a jumping sidekick. Batista finally gets the hot tag, unleashing rights on both Booker and Finlay. The chaos attracts William Regal, leading to a disqualification. Post-match, Batista goes berserk, delivering a spinebuster as Batista stalks Finlay. Hornswoggle attempts a low blow but is caught mid-strike by Batista. Batista finishes with a final spinebuster to Finlay, standing tall as Lashley watches, clearly dissatisfied. Rankings and recap for the latest episode. Raw, 5 points. Lita versus Candice Michelle, Women's Championship Tournament. Special guest referee Edge a significant match in the Women's Championship Tournament, with Edge adding drama as the special guest referee. Lita tells John Cena she's a better wrestler than him. Lita's confidence and bold claim create tension and hype for their interactions. John Morrison with Melina versus Kane. Intercontinental Championship, Umaga attacks, a high-stakes match interrupted by Umaga, adding chaos and setting up future conflicts. Triple H tells Maria she can suck it. Shawn Michaels pulls him away, a controversial and memorable segment involving major stars. Edge tells Coach to make Lita versus John Cena official. Edge's demand sets the stage for a major match. Lita with Edge versus John Cena, a marquee match that continues the intense rivalry between Edge and Cena. King Booker, Finlay, and William Regal destroy John Cena, a brutal beatdown showcasing the dominance of the SmackDown trio over Cena. ECW, 3 points. Kelly asks CM Punk if he wants to play strip poker. Mike Knox interrupts, a provocative segment that adds tension between Kelly and Knox while teasing a potential storyline with Punk. Ariel versus Francine. Ariel's in-ring debut, Francine's only WWE match and last appearance. A historic match for both women, adding significant value to the episode and making it memorable for fans. SmackDown. 1 point. Vickie and Chavo Guerrero watch Rey Mysterio versus Elijah Burke. The ongoing storyline between the Guerreros and Mysterio continues to captivate fans. Ashley Massaro hypes Paul London and Brian Kendrick. Ashley's endorsement adds excitement for the tag team. Idol Stevens and KC James with Michelle McCool versus Jamie Noble and Kid Cash. SmackDown Tag Team Championship #1 Contenders match. A competitive match that sets up future title opportunities. Chavo Guerrero with Vickie Guerrero versus Matt Hardy. Another chapter in the Guerrero saga, featuring a strong performance from Hardy. King Booker, William Regal, and Sir Finlay with Queen Sharmell versus John Cena, Batista, and Lashley. A high-profile match featuring top stars from both brands, elevating the episode's significance. Edge attacks John Cena, continuing the intense rivalry between Edge and Cena, adding heat to their ongoing feud. This week's episode saw Raw continue to dominate with high-stakes matches and significant storyline developments, while ECW's women's match and provocative segments secured it the second place. SmackDown had strong performances, but was edged out by the other brands. Current standings. Raw, 78 points. SmackDown, 41 points. ECW, 30 points.